Hi everybody. I have tons of PVC scraps lying about, which sort of led to me producing PVC prop weapons and other things like that. We're going to look and see what else can I do with them. Can I make a really decent bow out of just, say, these? These are two 19¼ inch scraps. It was one basically 38 inch long ½ inch PVC pipe, but cut in half. Then we have the 2-foot remnants from cutting the 10-foot lengths of pipe after you produce two 48 inch long youth recurve bows. So what would happen if I, say, inserted each of these into the 3/4 inch pipe up to a depth of, say, 2 or 3 inches? I will glue them, but that aside, how will it go? Will I be able to flatten the whole bow nicely? Will it produce a decent curve? Will it be reasonably powerful? Let's find out. Let's go and see. So what we've done here, I've taken the pieces of ½ inch PVC and I've marked them so that the tip to the length that I'm going to insert them into the 3/4 inch pipe measures 11½ inches on either side. Now I'm just going to take the heat gun, heat up the main pipe and insert it to that depth, after which we can then heat the whole thing and flatten more or less like a normal bow. It's going to be a little more complicated, and we actually may end up leaving the tips round, but we'll get there when we get there. So let's just go ahead and start, and I'll heat these up and then we'll insert them. It's flexible. I've inserted a little bit of hot glue on the inside, smeared that around. And then I'm going to put a little bit extra just on the outside of the pipe that we're going to be inserting. Then, as quick as I can, we're going to go ahead and insert this pipe, twisting it while we insert it to help ensure the glue gets distributed evenly. Since it's so hot, this could be a little challenging, but bear with it. And it really shouldn't be all that difficult. Just do it nice and slowly. There we go. Inserting up to the depth that we've marked. And we've done it. There it is. Pipe's been inserted up to the marked line. I'm going to go do that ahead on the other side. I'm also going to apply a little bit of hot glue to the top. It probably doesn't need it. That's not going to slip out. But just for peace of mind, it makes me feel a lot better. And that's just psychological, I think. So at this point, we finished the basic bow, the core, more or less. And let's measure it from tip to tip now. I'm going to call it 46 inches, so it's a fairly short bow. Now, you might be saying, Tim, it's reinforced from here to here. It's double thickness, but nothing at the handle. Doesn't that mean it's going to bend too much at the handle? Well, yeah. Normally it would. We are going to flatten the handle, which will make it a little bit stiffer. But I've also got a length of 1 inch PVC pipe. I'm going to go ahead and take that 1 inch PVC pipe and put that on the outside at the center. This is a Frankenbow. It's just cobbled together from little pieces here and there, and we're just going to see what happens. Maybe it's going to be an acceptable bow. Maybe it's going to be a complete disaster. But until we finish this up, we're not going to know. So I'm going to go ahead and slice one of these lengths of 1 inch PVC right up the center and glue it onto the outside. And then I'll show you that when it's done. Alright, now I've gone ahead and I've softened this pipe. And I wanted to show you how I went ahead and cut it. Basically, take these tin snips. Once it's heated, the PVC is really soft and it's just like cutting paper. There's nothing to it. So, if you were wondering how hard it was, that's how hard it is. PVC, once it's been heated, is really, really soft. So you can go ahead, heat it, reheat it, flatten it, shape it, do whatever you want to it, make compound or complex shapes. But this is exactly where we want it. I just want to keep it plastic like this so that I can go and put some hot glue in it. I'm a real hot glue fan, you can tell. And then go and put it on the handle in the center. I'll show you it when it's done. You can see roughly how it looks when it's finished. I squished a good bit of hot glue in there. It's still a little bit malleable so I can continue to pinch it, but the 1-inch PVC pipe does fit really nicely. Fits really nicely on there with almost no seam after you've cut it. If there is any seam, I just fill that up with hot glue, and you won't even feel it once you cut away the excess. Just run a razor blade over the top and it'll feel whole. It's not going to come open, it's not going to slip off, and now the handle is actually stronger than these reinforced parts, or it should be. So we can go ahead and play around and flatten the bow, or just play with it like it is. I might cut some knocks right into the rims right now just to test it, or maybe I'll flatten it and recurve it. But that will be a project for another day. This was basically the complete build of my Frankenbow. Check back in the future and we'll see what becomes of it. And we have a finished Frankenbow. I did just cut some pin knocks into the edge. You can see it's not perfectly straight. It's a little uneven, so my guess is this sort of a bow might be a little bit more challenging to tiller than a usual one, but so far so good. I was going to go ahead and draw it. I'm a little nervous because it does seem to be a bit creepy, but it uses the exact same string length that I use on my youth recurve bows. It's a slightly lower brace height, but that's still within the acceptable range. That's about 5 inches right there. Ooh, see, creaky, creaky, makes me nervous. I'm nervous about pulling it full length without some eye protection, but there it is. Yeah. So, whew, didn't blow up on me.